Most people think investing is complicated. It's not. What's complicated is doing it in the wrong order and watching years of effort quietly disappear. In the next few minutes, you'll know exactly how investing works, where to put your money first, and how ordinary people turn average paychecks into real wealth. Let's go. First, why does investing exist at all? Money sitting still is money dying. Inflation eats away at every dollar you don't put to work. If prices rise 3% per year and your money sits in a savings account earning nothing, you're losing purchasing power every single year without spending a cent. That $5 coffee today costs $6 in a few years. Your savings bought less while you did nothing wrong. Investing fixes this. You redirect money you have today into something that grows, so future you has more to work with. Simple concept, wildly misunderstood in practice. Now, before we talk about where to invest, we need to talk about order, because this is where most people silently destroy their own progress. Imagine filling a bucket with water while it has massive holes in the bottom. That's what it looks like when someone invests in the stock market while carrying credit card debt at 22% interest. The market might return 10% in a good year. The debt is guaranteed to cost 22% every single year. You're losing ground and feeling productive about it. So here's the sequence that actually works. Before investing a single dollar, build an emergency fund. Start with $1,000, then build toward 3 months of living expenses. This isn't optional, it's the foundation everything else sits on. Research from Vanguard found that people with just $2,000 saved had financial well-being scores 21% higher than those without any buffer. That safety net stops you from making catastrophic decisions when life goes sideways, and life always goes sideways. Next, eliminate high-interest debt. Anything charging you more than 8% annually needs to go before you seriously invest elsewhere. Credit cards average over 22% interest. Paying off that debt delivers a guaranteed 22% return on every dollar you throw at it. Warren Buffett's long-term average is around 20%. Paying off your credit card literally beats Warren Buffett. Let that sink in. The most efficient method is the debt avalanche. List all debts by interest rate. Pay minimums on everything. Attack the highest rate first. Maximum interest saved, mathematically optimal. One exception. If your employer matches retirement contributions, grab that match before anything else. Employer matching is a guaranteed 100% return on your money. Even with credit card debt at 22%, an instant 100% return wins. It's free money your employer doubles if you just show up to claim it. Contribute exactly enough to get the full match, then redirect everything back to destroying that debt. Once your emergency fund is built, high-interest debt is gone, and employer match is captured, you've built the foundation. Now everything actually sticks. Here's where real wealth gets built. Tax-advantaged accounts. Your IRA comes first. For 2025, you can contribute up to $7,000 annually. The reason this beats dumping more into your 401k is control and cost. Most employer 401k plans offer expensive funds with fees of 1 to 2%. Your IRA lets you invest in low-cost index funds, charging a fraction of that. Over decades, those fee differences cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Fees are silent wealth destroyers. Inside these accounts, you'll choose between traditional and Roth. Traditional accounts let you deduct contributions from taxable income today, but you pay taxes on withdrawals in retirement. Roth accounts take the tax hit now, but everything you withdraw later is completely tax-free. Simple rule: early in your career in a lower tax bracket, lean Roth. Peak earning years in a higher bracket, traditional often wins. Genuinely unsure? Split between both. If you have access to a health savings account, pay close attention. HSAs are the most underrated investment vehicle most people have never heard of. 3 separate tax benefits that no other account matches: tax deduction on contributions, tax-free growth while invested, tax-free withdrawals for medical expenses. The only account that gives you all 3. For 2025, limits are $4,300 individually, or $8,550 for families. You need a high-deductible health plan to qualify. If you do, max it every year and invest the money. The average retiring couple today will spend over $300,000 on healthcare, and HSA makes that bill disappear. After maxing your HSA, go back and max out the 401k beyond the employer match. Between your IRA, HSA, and 401k, you could shelter over $35,000 annually from taxation. That's serious compounding happening without the government taking their cut every year. Only after all of that do you open taxable investment accounts. This is where most people start. They open a brokerage, buy stocks they heard about, and wonder why they're not getting ahead. Taxable accounts are powerful tools, but they come with tax drag on every dividend and every gain. Use them last. Use them for flexibility, early retirement funding, house down payments, leaving money to kids. Now, what do you actually buy? Stocks are ownership in companies. When the company grows, your shares grow. Historically, around 10% annually for the broad U.S. market. Volatile in the short term, extremely rewarding in the long term. Bonds are loans to governments or corporations. They pay regular interest and return your principal at maturity. More stable, lower returns. They balance portfolios against stock market swings. Index funds are where most people should live for most of their investing life. A basket of stocks designed to match a market index. The S&P 500 tracks the 500 largest U.S. companies. One purchase gives you a tiny piece of Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and 496 others. Instant diversification, minimal fees, no guesswork. Warren Buffett recommends this for most people, not because it's exciting, because it works. Studies consistently show that the vast majority of professional fund managers fail to beat a simple S&P 500 index fund over long periods. If the full-time experts can't reliably do it, stock picking is probably not your edge either. Just own the whole market and let it compound. Which brings us to the concept that turns small, consistent investing into real wealth: compound interest. You invest money, that money earns returns. Those returns get reinvested. Now you're earning returns on your returns. Every year the base gets bigger. Every year the growth accelerates. It starts slow enough that most people quit too early. Then it hits a tipping point and the numbers become almost unbelievable. Someone who saves consistently, invests in boring index funds, makes completely average market returns, and starts early can retire decades before someone who earns more but invests in the wrong order or starts too late. The difference isn't intelligence or income, it's time and sequence. A few mistakes that quietly kill most investment plans. Waiting for the perfect moment. There isn't one. Markets going up feel scary because prices are high. Markets going down feel scary because prices are falling. There will always be a reason to wait. Meanwhile, time, the only ingredient you cannot buy more of, keeps disappearing. Trying to pick individual stocks. Unless research in companies is your full-time profession, you're guessing. Statistically, your guesses underperform the index. Panicking when markets drop. Every major crash in history, 1929, 1987, 2000, 2008, 2020, was followed by full recovery and new highs. Selling during a crash turns a temporary paper loss into a permanent real one. Investing money you need soon. If you need the money in 2 years, it has no business being in the stock market. This is education, not financial advice. How you handle your own money is your decision. Do your research. Here's the full picture in one sequence. Emergency fund first, kill high-interest debt, capture the full employer match, max your IRA, use the HSA if you qualify, max your 401k, then and only then taxable accounts. Let compound interest run for decades. The people who build real wealth aren't picking the next hot stock. They're not timing the market. They're not doing anything exciting. They're following the sequence, staying patient when markets crash, and letting time do the work that hustle alone never could. Investing won't make you rich overnight, but done right, done in order, and started today, it quietly builds a life where money works harder than you do. That's the whole game.